So let's get started with our practice today. We're going to be doing a practice that is also still in line with a spring cleanse practice. I'm going to actually focus a little more on twisted postures today. So twisting postures cause our subtle forces, our vayus, to move to the center of the body. And the reason why I want to include them in our practice today is because they will help with assimilation and digestion. So I'm wanting to really help you along during this time of the year, during spring, to assimilate and digest physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically. So on all levels, we want any toxins that have accumulated in your body, so the physical toxins, but you could also have mental toxins, emotional toxins, negativity, and we can help assimilate and then get rid of that, purge that out of the body. And we want to do that, and this practice will help with that. Okay, so that's the plan. That's the plan for tonight. Let's get started and do a warm up. So coming to the top of your mat. And I do want to talk a little bit about alignment. So alignment tonight, you want to make sure the shoulders are pulled back. That's called shoulder loop. Your belly is drawn in and lifted up. Tailbone is down. These are called alignment principles. So tailbone down, belly draws in and lifts, lower ribs pull back, shoulder blades on the back, and then the head also pulls back. Coming to the top of your mat, inhale up, and then exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, add an extension, and then we're going to bend the knees and come back up and release. Inhale, reach. Good. Draw the navel in, tailbone neutral. Exhale all the way down. Add an extension again, and this time we are going to step back into down dog. So step back into down dog. Walk out your heels. Walk them out. And then draw both heels down. Press. And draw the navel in. Open up your armpits. Middle finger pointing straight ahead. Make sure your ears are lined up with your arms. And then drop down onto your knees. Release back into extended prayer. And then coming forward, shifting all the way forward and lowering all the way down. Come back up into Cobra, Bhujanasana. And press back, down dog. Good. From here, we're going to step forward with the right leg and come up into warrior one. So reach. And remember, our focus is to add more twisting postures tonight because we're wanting to encourage the vayus, those subtle forces, to move to the center of the body. So we're talking about the energetics of the postures. What happens when we do certain postures? Your body has a physiological response. We're working with those subtle forces. And then release, step back into down dog again. Drop down onto your knees and release into extended prayer. Coming up again into half plank and lowering. Lift up, cobra. And press back down dog. Then the left leg is going to step forward. Come up into warrior one. Reach. And then release from there. And again, we're going to step back, down dog. Drop down onto your knees and release into extended prayer. Good, and then we're going to lift from extended prayer. You're going to lift up and take it into a rotation to the right. And then come up on the legs. Drop back down and take it in rotation on the left. and come back up. And release forward, going into either half plank or full plank and lowering. Good. Lift up cobra. And press back, down dog. Look up at your hands, and we're going to walk, step, hop your feet in. Go into an extension on your inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, come up. And exhale, standing tall. Good. Bend those knees again. Inhale up. A little bit variation here. Exhale, forward fold, down. Inhale, add an extension. And we're going to step back into down dog again. Drop down onto your knees and release back into extended prayer. Lift up and take it into a rotation to the right. Good. And then coming up off the legs. Up. And release back and take it into a rotation to the left. And then coming back up. And dropping forward. Again, going into either half plank or full plank. Lower. Lift up cobra. And press back, down dog. Step your right leg forward. Come up, warrior one. And then release into a twist. So you add rotation. That torso turns toward the right leg. Keep the arm up. And then the right arm is going to reach. So you're going to lift, 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 lift. And you're looking behind you. Look behind you at the thumb. So, Patty, you should be up. Your torso should be up. Yep, in a twist. Now look at that right thumb behind you. Yeah. And then release back down. Swing the arm around and step back into down dog. Drop down onto your knees. Release back into extended prayer. Come up and take it into a twist. Then lift and twist to the other side. And lift. Release forward. Plank. Modify if you need to. Lower. Lift up, Bhujanasana. Press back, Adho Mukha Savasana. Stepping forward with the left leg, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Good. And then we add rotation. And from here, you're going to reach that arm that's in the air up. Lift your body up. Lift, 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 lift. And look behind you. So you're looking at that thumb behind you. Keep it there. Big rotation. And then releasing down and stepping back into down dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. Drop down onto your knees and release into extended prayer. Coming up, rotate. And then lift. And rotate to the other side. And then lift. And drop down, shifting forward into plank. Lower. Lift. Take it back, down dog. Look up at your hands and walk your feet in. Go right into an extension. And then fold. Bend the knees. Inhale up. And then exhale, standing tall. Inhale up again. Exhale, drop down into a forward fold. Be very deliberate in what you're doing tonight. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Step back into down dog. So we're going to hold down dog here. Widen your feet a little bit. Pick up your right hand and go under the body and grab that back of that left calf, and you're going to drive that heel down. Pull and look underneath the armpit. Now, sometimes walking the feet in a little bit helps. Do that if you need to. You're looking underneath the left armpit. Straighten your legs, straighten that arm. Relax your head, look underneath the armpit. And then release. And now you're doing the other side. The left arm goes under and grabs the outside of the right calf. Drive the heel down. And look underneath that armpit. Relax your head. And then release. Drop down onto your knees and release back into extended prayer. Come up. So we are going to pop up on the legs this time. So the right arm is going to reach up, go back behind you to the ground, and then push up. And then you're going to release. Now watch what we're going to do. Back into down dog. Right hand reaches under, grabs that left calf, drive that heel down, look underneath the armpit. And then release. Release down, extended prayer. Lift up, and you're going to rotate, push up now. Left hand goes on the ground, push up, and lift. And then that right hand comes down. You go back into down dog, and now the left hand reaches under, grabbing the right calf, drive that heel down, look underneath the armpit. So we're adding that in. Really pull with that left hand, drive that right heel down. And then release, shifting into plank. Modify to the knees if you need to. Lower on your exhale. Lift up Bhujanasana. Press back, down dog. Step your right leg forward, warrior one. Come up. Reach. Bend the knee. And then dropping that left hand to the ground, you're turning the torso towards the right leg. The right hand is in the air. Back leg is straight. Keeping that right knee bent, lift up. So your both arms are extended right out to the sides, parallel to the floor. And then you're going to turn your head and look behind you. Try to keep the torso on top of the pelvis. So if you're leaning forward, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Look down that thumb. Look at the thumb behind you. Okay, we're adding on here. You're going to reach forward now. Drop that left hand to the ground. Lift the back leg up. Parvrita Ardha Chandrasana. We've already got lots of length with the arms reaching up. So this is an easy pose to transition into. If you need modification, you can drop your toe to the ground. Then release down. Take your right hand to the ground. Step back, down dog. Good. Drop down onto your knees, extended prayer. Lift up again, reach back behind you, push up through the hips, push up. Then release, down dog. Right hand reaches under, grabs the outside of the left calf, drive the heel down, look underneath the armpit. And then release from there, shifting down onto the knees, back into extended prayer. Coming back up, rotating left, the hand goes on the ground, push up through the hips. And then release. Down dog. Left hand reaches under, grabs the outside of the right calf, push through the heel, look underneath the armpit. Shifting forward then into plank, modify to the knees if you need to, lower, lift up. Take it back, down dog. Good, picking up the left leg and stepping forward, warrior one, reach. Go up. Bending that front knee. And then releasing, you're rotating the torso towards that left leg. Left arm reaches up. Back leg is strong. And you're giving energy now to that left hand. And lift up. Lift, 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 lift. So remember to keep the torso on top of the pelvis. Arms are parallel to the floor. And you look behind you at that thumb. Get some length. Get some extension. Bend the front knee. Drive the back heel down. Then reaching forward now with the right hand. Slide the back leg in, lift up. Parvrita Ardha Chandrasana, half a moon with a twist. You can modify with the foot on the ground. And then releasing from there, swing that arm around, step back into down dog. Drop down onto your knees, extended prayer. Lift up, rotate to the right, lift up through the pelvis. Once you get the hand on the ground, reach. And then release, down dog. Right hand reaches under to the outside of the left calf, drive that heel down, look underneath that left armpit. And then release, drop back down into extended prayer. Lift up, rotating now to the left, hand on the ground, push up through the hips. And then release. Down dog. Left hand reaches under, grabs the outside of the right calf, drive the heel down, look underneath the left or the right armpit. Straight legs. Good, and then from there, we're shifting forward into plank, modify to the knees if you need to, lower, lift up Bhujanasana, press back, Adho Mukha Savasana. Good, look up at your hands and walk, or you can hop your feet up to the hands, extending that back, and then releasing to a fold. Bend the knees, inhale up. Okay, exhale, standing tall. Good, we're gonna do a little bit of balancing. So just standing towards the camera so you guys can see. So whatever position that is. So you're not sideways, you're facing front. Yeah. So you're gonna let your standing leg be your right leg, and the left leg is going to come up. We're doing Vrksasana, so you can modify with the foot on the ground, right there at the shin, or you can come up to the inner thigh, pressing the foot in. Hands in, go to the heart. Eyes are going to go off into the horizon, staring at a single point. That's called a dristi. And then we reach up. So this kind of sets us up. And then we release. Now you're going to take the left hand comes down and grabs the big toe. And then you're going to lift. Now, if you need to grab a wall, do it. I got a wall here somewhere. And then that leg goes out. Now, you can stay bent in the knee. If that is your level of flexibility, that's fine. Otherwise, see if you can fully extend. And then bringing that foot in. Now, you're going to take the foot and place it above the knee. Above the knee. Hands then to the heart again. So it's similar to tree pose, except that you're going to now sit and hook that left elbow to the outside. Push and look to the side. So it's a twist. And then release and down. Ha, good. Nice, Patty. You did it. You got it. Now drop down and try it. Okay, so coming out of that, your standing leg now is going to be your left leg. The right leg comes up, either modified here with the foot on the ground, here at the shin, or come up to the inner thigh. Eyes then go off to the horizon and staring at a single point. Hands to the heart. And then again, you reach up. You know, you can always come back into tree pose as a modification. All right, then the right hand is going to come down. 2 fingers, grab the big toe. And then the other arm extends out. And you can stay bent in your knee, grab a wall if you need to. If this is your level of flexibility, just stay here. Or see if you could straighten out that leg. Then you're going to take that foot and now place it on that standing leg just above the knee. Hands in, come to the heart, and then sit. Now you take the right elbow and hook it in to the foot. Turn and look to the side. Every day is a different day with balancing postures. And then release out of that. Nice. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So we're going to do one more balancing posture. Your standing leg now is your right leg. and your left leg is going to go back behind you. Okay, so I'm going to turn to the side. Right leg, left leg is going to go back behind you. You're going to grab with the left hand, reach now with the right hand, and I like to grab the big toe side of the foot, lift up. Now you can do this at a wall, and it looks like this. Okay? Or you're on your mat. Nice, Robin. And you're lifting, reaching back behind you. And then release. And now we're doing the other side. So your left leg is your standing leg, right leg goes back behind you, grab the big toe side of the foot, extend your arm. You can use the wall if you need to. Lift first behind you, then drop forward. Good, and then release. Very nice. Coming to the top of your mat. Inhale up. Exhale forward, fold all the way down. Step back into plank and lower. Lift up dog or cobra. Roll over the toes, down dog. Pick up your right leg and step forward, warrior two. Open up. From warrior two, you're going to rotate, lift your back heel, turning the torso towards that right leg in the front. Swing the arm around and step back into plank, lower. Lift up, cobra, Bhujanasana. Press back, down dog. And now stepping forward with the left leg, warrior two. So you open up. Good, then rotate that back arm around, lift your back heel, and now your torso rotates towards that left leg. Swing the arm around and step back, plank, lower, lift, cobra, press back, down dog. Picking your right leg up, step forward again, warrior two, open up. Okay, so this time you have some options. You could do what we just did, pick up the back heel and rotate into a high lunge with a twist. Or a little bit bigger challenge is to keep the heel down. So you keep the heel fixed and then you rotate, that heel stays down. And now it's a little bit more challenging because that back heel is fixed. And you come up into a rotation. So it's a deeper twist. Swing the arm around and step back into plank. Lower. Lift cobra or up dog. Press back, down dog. Good. Stepping forward, left leg, Virabhadrasana 2. Open up. Same thing. So we're going to make it a little bit more challenging, or you can do what we already did, which is staying in a high lunge, rotating the torso towards that front leg. Or you keep the heel fixed. Right heel stays fixed. Rotate. Drop the right hand to the ground. Open up. Much bigger rotation. Swing the arm around and step back into plank. Lower. Lift. Up dog or cobra. Press back. Down dog. All right, go ahead and rest in child's pose. So take a rest. Oh man, time is flying. Because this is an evening class, I always consider the fact that I want you to sleep at night. It's one of the pillars of health in Ayurveda. You have 3 pillars. One is digestion, healthy digestion. The second one is sleep. So sleep and getting a good night's sleep is really, really important. And the third one is how you manage your energy. And that means, making sure that you're not depleting your vital reserves and all of the energy that you need to function. Okay. So we are going to actually come up into a seated position, and we're going to move through some nice stretches to help wind down the body. So I'm going to turn sideways so you guys can see what we're doing. So take your feet to the right, and you're going to take that top leg and place it, the right foot, into the arch of the bottom foot, and then rotate. All right, and then release out of that and extend the leg. Extend the leg and open up. So it's a nice open stretch. The right leg is extended. And then lifting up. So the extended leg, you're going to pick it up, take it over the bottom leg. Flat foot. Now you have options here. You can keep the foot in the front or take it to the outside of the thigh. Make sure both sit bones are down, or you can grab a blanket and sit on a blanket. Give yourself a little bit of height. Sometimes that is so nice, that little lift. Lift up through the spine and then rotate. Look behind you. And then release out of that. Now we're keeping the knees stacked together. So you're just going to move the bottom foot out to the outside of your hip, and then the top leg, you stack the knees. So you push one leg in, push the other leg to the other side. So push, stack those knees. Hands go to the bottom of the feet, and then drop forward. And then slowly, slowly lifting up. Nice. Lean back. And now you're going to take legs to the other side. So your leg, foot goes into the arch of the bottom foot. Sit up tall and rotate. And then extending your top leg straight out. Good. Sit on a blanket if you need to. Reach. And then the other arm comes up. And then slowly coming up. Good. And you'll bring that leg in and take it across. You can go in the front of the shin or go across. Make sure both sit bones are down. Sit up tall. And then rotate around that torso. Okay. And then facing forward, and we're doing the same thing. So you're going to take one hand, push the upper knee to one side, push the bottom knee to the outside. So your feet basically go to the outside of your hip. Push. Hands at the bottom of the feet, sit up tall, and then go forward. And then slowly, slowly lifting up. Open up the legs. Go wide. I'm staying on my blanket. I'm going to come to the edge of the blanket so that my sit bones tilt back and my pelvis tilts forward. And again, we open up to the right side. Wide legs this time. And go to the other side. And then lifting up and going forward. You can use a block here if you need to, or dropping down. Make sure you relax your head. Good, and then slowly, slowly coming up. Good. Bring your legs in. You're going to turn onto your back. Make sure you have everything you need for Shavasana. We're heading in that direction. Come down your mat so that you can find your heels and bridge. Make sure the knees stay in. You're not letting them move wide. They stay in and line right up with the front of the hip bone. And then lowering the pelvis. Your right leg comes up, and you're going to take that foot on top of the left thigh, just right where the knee is. Lift the left knee in, thread the right hand through the legs, interlace your fingers behind the left hamstring. Then I want you to press into the sacrum, down, bring a lumbar curve back. Right knee pushes away, left knee comes in. And then release and do the other side. Left leg comes up, that foot goes on top of the right knee, near the knee. Bring it in, thread the left hand through, press into the sacrum to bring the lumbar curve back. Draw the right knee in and the left knee away. Good, and then from there, extend your arms out to the side, draw both knees in, take them to the right, look to the left. And then bringing them up, going to the left and look to the right. Then extending those legs straight out. Hands are going to rest, palms up at the upper thigh and hip, and set yourself up for Shavasana. So if you have a bolster that you can use, place it underneath your knees, or you can use an extra blanket. Make sure that you're warm. And we definitely want to cover the eyes to help settle the fire element, right? And the eyes are also the most overstimulated sense we have. So you cover the eyes with a dark cloth, an eye pillow, or an eye mask. Lay down. Shoulder blades underneath you. And bring the body into stillness. Complete stillness. Okay, so make sure that your feet can just open up and relax. And so once you bring that body into total stillness, then you want to merge the mind into the experience of that physical stillness. And relax. Let that breath slow down. Notice the spaces between the breath, stillness between the breath. Linger in the space after the exhale. Feel that body, that mind moving into the depth of stillness, that you can move deeper and deeper into stillness, layer and layer by layer. It's never ending. Good, and then from there, begin to deepen your breath. Very slowly roll to your right side and pause there. And then bring yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Hands come together and connect your thumbs to your heart. Close your eyes. Again, we bring the body into stillness. And the mind into that experience of the stillness. Recognizing a whole new way of being, a whole new mode. Notice that the body has slowed down. We want to let that be our guide for the rest of the evening, not engaging in a lot of conversation, a lot of stimulation. So making sure that you're not getting on any kind of devices that are going to stimulate the body, stimulate the mind. Let that body continue to wind down, and the mind also will continue to wind down. I'm hoping that you move through the evening feeling nurtured and nourished, that you are able to feel more connection to yourself, centered, because that's what those rotations do. That you feel lighter, as if you have assimilated and digested, so that you're able to eliminate what no longer serves you easily, letting it go. And I honor you all for being here for this class. Namaste.